Well, multi-sports were the kids' trademark back growing up. Let's look back now at the highlights of Vinny and his family.
The son of Angelo and Louise Pazienza started boxing at age 6 and pursued the sport for several years until football and baseball grabbed his attention. Then at 15, after seeing the movie Rocky, Vinny rededicated himself to boxing. While a Rocky poster still stands at the top of his bed, 10 years later, Vinny wonders what it was about the movie that motivated him.
Now I watch it and I love it. After the movie's over, I said, boy, I just do not understand what made me stop boxing after watching that movie. Here's a guy who gets beat up every time he fights. He can't put two syllables together. But when it was over, I wanted to get out and step into the ring and take a shot at it.
His tenacity and athletic ability has brought him a title. His quick-talking, flashy style has made him a media darling. But this 25-year-old still lives at his parents' house in Cranston, Rhode Island. The house is hard to miss. It bears the mark of the Tasmanian Devil. The paintings on the garage serve as a reminder that in the Pazienza household, Vinny is the center of attention. It is this adulation and the responsibilities he feels to his family that motivates him now.
A lot of people are riding their hopes on me and putting their faith in me and trust in me, and I just got a lot of people that are riding on my shoulder, I feel, and I just don't want to let those people down, and that's what makes me fight hard. You know, in the 12th, 13th round, I could have very easily said, look, I gave it a hell of an effort just to get in this ring. You know, maybe I just won't step off the stool in this next round, and nobody will say anything. I fought my heart out for 12, 13 rounds, but that's not Vinny Paz, and it never will be.
One of Vinny's most ardent supporters, his mother, won't be watching today.
I have never watched Vinny live, in amateur or pro, but when it's over, I watch it on tape. I will be right here, right there, call that my own little chapel, and that's where I am when Vinny fights. Yeah. No, I haven't watched any of his fights, and I never will. But within my heart, I know that Vinny is going to do well and come out of it as a winner.
And, of course, apart from Vinny's family back in Rhode Island, he's got a family of fans here. And in the ring already is Greg Haugen, who again comes in without a great deal of vocal support. There was a delay about getting gloves to the fighters, and so Vinny Pazienza has been delayed. He'll be along shortly, and we'll be right back here in Atlantic City.
Over the years,
making their way to this convention center ring in Atlantic City. Vinny had a lot of trouble making the weight of 135, but when he did step on the scales, made it first time around. Haugen had a much easier time, didn't have to really watch what he ate that much, and yet he had to struggle and come back a second time, a quarter pound over initially. There's the belt that Pazienza is so proud of. He took quite a beating, though, to get that belt, and the win over Haugen back in Providence, Angelo. And Lou Duva with him, guiding him toward the ring. He's got reportedly about 2,000 supporters from Rhode Island here with him. They'll make not quite as much noise as up in Providence, but they'll be heard from. The Pazmaniacs, they call them, or Vinny Pazienza. Both men very determined. I suspect Haugen perhaps a little more so. He has more to recover, of course, and regain, having lost that controversial decision. There are those who still insist Pazienza won, as the judges said. There are those who say that Haugen won by quite a decisive margin. We'll get a better idea as to the skills of these two today, but the key for Vinny is the ability to hold up physically. His nose got broken in the third round, his eye closed, claims he was stunned in the 13th round of the first fight, and he's got to stay out of that kind of trouble here against a very tough cookie in Greg Haugen. This hard feeling between the two will be reflected in the ring now as Vinny dances around this Atlantic City Convention Center ring. We're just about to go here. Pazienza and Haugen, the rematch. Stay with us. We'll have it for you right after this.
Another popular chocolate bar.
Pazienza the first time around last June. He's got a draw as well. A very tough customer. And for Vinny, he has one loss. He disputes it. It happened in Milan, Italy. He was stopped there. Here's how they compare physically. Here's how they measure up. They're anxious to go. We'll show it to you. Tony Perez keeping them apart here as this fight's about to begin. Haugen a couple of years older, similar in height. They're both 135, the reach advantage for Pazienza by 4.5 inches. They are ready to go. 15 rounds for the IBF Lightweight Championship. One thing Angelo Haugen did not do the first time was commit himself to an all-out attack, which he's capable of on Vinny. We'll see if he does it, and does it early here.
Well, I think it's going to be bounds away from both guys, because I noticed that Pazienza is red hot. He sweat. and he's looking to go, go, go. Haugen's not sweating as much as he is, but I think they're going to go right at it.
I alluded to the fact that it seemed that Vinny had a tougher time making the weight. It took more out of him getting to 135. That could be a factor, too.
Well, I would think so. We interviewed him right after the weigh-in. He was sucking on a nutrient or something, a lot of liquid. This is a bad sign because it means he really had a tough time making the weight. It really takes the strength out of him.
He's a showman, always was, going back to his amateur days. You've had showman, you've had Sugar Ray and Muhammad Ali. What do you think of this kid, Miss Glenn?
Well, this guy, God bless him, Vinny Pazienza, because he's refreshing, he's good to look at, and he's a showman.
He says that the extra flamboyance and hot dog style, this is a good shot by Haugen, doesn't take away energy from him. Many feel that it will, though, depletes him.
Well, the one thing he did right now, pushing off on Haugen. He's not going to be able to do that too many times, because Tony Perez ain't going to stand for that kind of stuff.
One of the rules here in New Jersey is Haugen bangs the body. He promised us he would do that in the corner. We'll review the scoring, which is not done by the referee, but the 3 judges. 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. I'd like to alert our local stations at the end of this round. We'll be taking a station break. We're midway through. It's scheduled for 15. You hear pre-fight build-up, but when a man like Haugen tells you, I never wanted to hurt anybody in the ring until now, you get the feeling, very seriously, that there's genuine animosity being spoken of.
Haugen's looking very sharp early on. Pazienza looked like he's not sure of himself. He's not the same fluid type of style that we saw before. And this is a no-no for him because Haugen's going to start getting to him early.
There's Vinny with the hands down, bobbing the head, just getting out of the way in time, as he always seems to do. But Haugen again digs the left into the body. That'll be an important blow for him. The both ends for the second. Vinny responding, takes the jab from Haugen.
And Pazienza right uppercut's a dangerous shot. If Haugen comes through with a right counter, you're going to see Pazienza on the deck. But that's a no-no, throwing an uppercut from that far out.
Inside 30 seconds now remaining in the first round. Both men missing. Haugen the chopping right as Pazienza turned on the exchange. Pretty much as we indicated here, the first round action. There's the right by Haugen, ABC's Wide World of Sports, featuring the IBF Lightweight Championship will continue right after this word from our local station.
From Touch Experience, A&E Brake Engineers at 5328 Martin Luther King, just west of Union. Something's happening on Channel 2, KTVI, St. Louis.
Round 2 in Atlantic City. Don Chevrier with Angelo Dundee as these men go 15 rounds or less, and there's a feeling here at ringside it may be less this time. Haugen stopping that good left out. Got some body work in the first round.
Yeah, I don't think Tony Perez is going to let him get away with all this stuff because right away he had some pushing and shoving and brawling. He's going to warn both guys because they're both trying to do a number on each other. And what's happening with Haugen, he's got a swelling over his left eye already. Starting to show wear and tear.
It was Pazienza who showed much of the wear and tear the first time. He's had that nose problem, Vinny. It's been broken twice in the space of 4 weeks surrounding the last fight. As early as the 3rd round, affected his breathing badly. That's going to hold up for him now. After surgery, he claims it will. It's a couple of good left jabs in.
Manager Lou Duva told me they had the nose cauterized. Cauterization helps a bit, but then it doesn't stop it from bleeding. So the shots he's getting nailed. If it's going to bleed, it's going to bleed pretty soon.
Haugen with a good left, followed by the uppercut, missing with a wild right, but he's taking it to him now in a concentrated attack.
Pazienza said he was going to brawl. Sure he is. He's brawling.
Haugen turned around as Vinny goes over the top of his chopping right hand, but it's become a brawl here midway in round 2. As advertised.
That exactly wasn't in the front of his chin. It was right behind the head.
Haugen now in this sequence scoring a little better, counterpunching with both hands, as you can see, but Pazienza scored very well about 20 seconds ago.
Saw a little bit of head work in there too. They're both trying to do a number on each other. It's going to be, they're both going to bust each other up.
Oh yeah, whatever it takes to win, no question about these two. have hurt the other in this round. Here's Vinny taunting him, saying, come on, here's the chin. Trying to frustrate Haugen a little bit. Haugen again digs from the body, brings the left up to the head.
What do you think is going to go 15?
I have my doubts. Maybe not 5. As Pazienza claims he could win it in 5. Still go either way. So much can happen between these two. It's so suddenly. Here's Haugen now with a good right. Pack Vinny with the gloves down. Shakes his head at him. Just seconds to go. And an exciting second round.
While some still believe you can't take it with you, those...
Round 3. I heard Lou do the corner to Vinny.
You got this here. Nothing there. Nothing there. Right? Now look, you're trying a little too hard. You gotta go out there, you gotta jab, you gotta slip. Just do what we've been showing you, okay? Hey, Vinny, same thing I thought. You hear that?
He didn't want Vinny getting away from the fight plan. He wants him to jab and move now, not get into the brawl, because Diva deems that very dangerous. Indeed, it could be against Haugen.
Well, Tony Perez had to go back to both corners and warn both corners, both fighters, because they're both doing a number on each other. I think it's going to, the brawl's going to get worse, because they're into it, and they're looking to do a number on each other. Both just settle down and fight their fight.
Both very anxious to prove something here in the early rounds. And what they have proven is they can put on an exciting show, but how about the welfare of 15 rounds lasting that long, having gotten this kind of a start?
The other thing that concerns me is this ring, the canvas is loose. And what happened, there's plenty of bounce in the middle. It might be a board missing towards Pazienza's corner, because when they get that side of the ring, it's like a trampoline motion there.
Haugen going effectively with that left hand in particular in this round. Canvas certainly very springy, as you point out, Angelo.
Right, that takes the bounce out of your legs, too, a soft ring like that. This is inside patty. The best you can have is a safety patty they got underneath.
Constantly, that jab from Haugen lands on the nose of Pazienza with that right that follows.
If we have a lot of bloodletting in this fight, say like you had in Providence, I assure you the doctor Doggett will step in here, because they won't allow that much bleeding and that kind of cut, closed eye. They're very conscientious about the medical situation here. Larry Hassan prides himself with that stuff.
After 2 frantic rounds of brawling, they are for the most part boxing here in this the 3rd round. Haugen boxing with Pazienza. It was figured of the first fight that Vinny had greater hand speed. That didn't turn out to be true. Haugen's hand speed looks even better this time.
Haugen's a very good counterpuncher. He's deceiving. When Pazienza rushes in, a lot of times his hands go and his body don't follow him, and therefore he gets off balance. That's what's happened to him. That's why he grabs around the head, because he gets off balance.
That's right. Judges should take note that while Pazienza initiates much of the action he does there with the left, it is Haugen's counterpunching that can be very, very effective, as it was in fight 1. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd round. They box their way through it.
A great place to start.
Round 4 is underway. 2 were brawlers, 1 was a boxing match in the 3rd round, and in Greg's corner between rounds.
What's doing good? You're starting to show it. You don't. You're going to the safety zone, and if you go down the safety run, come over with a right hand or a left uppercut. You understand? Okay.
You're doing great, baby.
Those jabs are working. You're going to set him up with those hooks.
All these rounds are yours.
Well, Angelo said as that round ended, he thought that Pazienza had indeed suffered more trouble with that nose.
Yeah, what happened, interesting thing, I was clocking the other corner, and they're telling Pazienza to turn southpaw on Haugen. That could be a bad mistake, because you turn southpaw, that left hook comes into play. And Haugen's got a great-looking counter left hook.
Scorecard of Angelo Dundee look right now?
Well, I got it 2-1. I got Pazienza up. I got Haugen winning that last round.
interesting. I've got it just as close, but the other way for Haugen. So we're back to where we were in Providence again. The disagreement at ringside.
That's the kind of fight it was. It's in the eyes of the beholder, and I'm a bad judge.
Yeah, these are tough guys to score.
Yes, it is.
Me, tough to judge.
See Vinny just going off balance like that, Don. When he jumps in like that, he goes off balance because what happens? He's got quick hands, but the legs don't follow. It's a problem he's got. When Haugen was in the corner, we're taking care of that swollen eye with the end swell. It's a piece of steel they use to keep the swelling down to wait from closing the eye.
Said he would like to finish this in 5, and then Winky said, I really don't fancy the idea of going 15 with this guy, would you?
Well, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Good right.
I don't see a stoppage, but both guys are not great bangers.
Haugen certainly has the reputation of being the greater of the two in that category. There's a good right. Pazienza caught him flush with it. Pazienza getting more meaningful blows in than on the first bout, certainly in the early stages.
Vinny right now is fighting Haugen's fight because in the exchanges like that, Haugen's got the shorter arms, the shorter punches, and he's catching some real good counter shots.
That's why Diva wanted him to box as he did finally in the 3rd round. But there's been some boxing, some brawling, but great action here as this 4th round winds down.
Haugen told you he's going to use that trip hammer.
And he did. And again, after almost every round, although it was sparse, the action continues after the bell.
Take that off there.
Don, you know that the nose is starting to run on Pazienza because they're blotting it. They're grabbing, they're squeezing it. You know, grabbing the middle of the nose and grabbing. Actually, that stops the bleeding a little bit. It's just slightly bleeding a little bit. And they're using the end swell on both eyes.
Right there. All right.
That was the key we talked about for Vinny staying in one piece, the nose in particular. Back in that 4th round, there's that punishing right that drove Haugen back. Vinny digs the left of the body. Haugen missed on the right-hand exchange, counter-punching, but that was probably the best shot of the round for Pazienza.
Put that in there. Start weaving.
Round 5 is underway. Scheduled for 15 for the IBM Lightweight Championship that Pazienza claimed at home in Providence from Haugen in that controversial decision last year. His nose is bleeding. He's holding onto the ropes. That's illegal. Can't do that, but he does it frequently, Pazienza.
Nose is really starting to go now. Also, I noticed he's having trouble breathing, and he's having a swelling over his right eye. Because you can't breathe, he blows his nose, and the swelling gets bigger.
That is precisely why Vinny wanted to end this early if he possibly could. Against his corner's instructions, tried to brawl his way to that end in the first couple of rounds. He's paying the price, you see.
Oddly enough, Haugen's left jab is taking his toll on that nose. Because he throws a trip hammer left jab. It's like a counter shot, and Pazienza's been running into that jab.
They're talking to each other. Haugen taunting him now as more blood appears in the face of Pazienza.
Well, they didn't do too much lip service before this fight, but they're doing it in the ring. Plus fighting a heck of a fight.
You think they were at least knocked out by now. That's not the case. There's the jab you talked about, the very effective jab with the left hand of Greg Haugen. Methodically goes about the business of wearing Pazienza down, literally.
That nose is really bothering Pazienza because he's having trouble breathing, and that's why he's touching it and moving it. But see, once he blows his nose hard, he's going to close that right eye, because once you have a hematoma on the eye, it closes on it. And that's what's happened. It's purple underneath, and it's purple on top.
Yep, Vinny is a mess early. Barely a third of the way through the scheduled 15-rounder. The legs are still there, still dancing. But he's got another 10 rounds plus of breathing to his mouth.
I think Vinny went too hard, too early.
Might have. Gets a good attack off here, though, but it is not sustained. instantly in his face from Haugen.
And the nose is really looking brutal. I mean, the bleeding is getting worse, and I think it's going to bother his breathing.
Haugen smiling, laughing at him. Todd again. So Greg has got a lot to say with both hands and with his mouth.
But he was
so
saying,
far, he's backing it up in this round.
He was saying it before the fight, Don. He was telling us he's going to punish him. He's going to beat him up. He's really mad at him because he's the challenger, and the other guy he claims has got his job.
No question, Haugen here on a mighty important mission to him. And you get the sense that this bout is starting to turn very much in Greg Haugen's favor as round 5 winds down here at the Convention Center.
When that pork chop suey.
Round 6, Don Chevrier ringside with Angelo Dundee. Pazienza, they can't contain that blood coming from what again is a broken nose, obviously.
And Dr. Doggett was in the ring, going to between the rounds, checking the nose out, and he spoke to the referee, Tony Perez. What he told him, I didn't know, but I think he's going to tell him to keep his eye on his nose because it's broken.
Haugen had promised that this will be Vinny's last fight for quite some time. In fact, he even quoted statistics that his opponents are sub 500 after they fight Greg. And Angelo, Vinny's dad's got to be concerned. Because he knows what the courage his son had to come up with last time. To go 10 rounds or 12 with a broken nose. Almost as bad this time. Then getting thumbed late, the eye closing. So it's deja vu, not in a positive sense, but Vinny tries to pin Haugen in the corner here, can't sustain the attack.
Haugen definitely feels he's got everything under control, but that's a no-no. He's got to keep up the pace and keep doing what he's doing and go to Pazienza. It's a mistake to let him get on the ropes and back up.
Good counter punching there. Pazienza trying to shake that off as Haugen goes down to the body after a solid combination up top.
Really keeping that jab popping, and Pazienza's having trouble breathing. When he went against the ropes that last time, he took a deep breath, like he can't get nothing actually going through his nose. Strictly breathing from the mouth, and that wears you out.
And while it is unpleasant to mention, it should be stated too that he is obviously swallowing blood as he was in the first fight, and that can't do you very much good. Remember in the first bout, though, he showed so much courage, he came back to look very impressive, 10, 11, 12 in the late stages. Let's see if he can do that again.
What he did wrong this time, he started at too fast a pace, so that means he's going to get tired quicker.
And the wrestling now resumes as Vinny first drags him, then hits him with the left hand, and Perez cautions him for that. Not an easy fight to score. It's certainly not an easy fight to referee.
No, I'm surprised that Perez is letting Pazienza get away with that. He's holding it behind the head and wrestling like that.
You knew what to expect with these guys coming in. One should never question the courage or heart of a Vinny Pazienza, despite his condition. It is getting late now in round 6. Stay with us. Round 7, and here's Lou Duva and what he had to say between rounds to Vinny Pazienza in the corner.
This guy figured his jab here, Vinny. But you're not, you know what's the matter? You're so intent on getting to the guy, you're forgetting your fight plan. Understand? So get in there, and let's start slipping, stay right there and start countering. But what you're doing is you're pulling out.
They're doing a good job on Pazienza's known as the corner. Ace Murata, what he's doing, he's getting cotton and he's putting the adrenaline 1/1000. He's squeezing them in there without using Q-tips, which is very smart. This way, you plug it up. And he's doing the best job trying to stem the flow of blood. But I don't think there's no way he's going to stem that because he's going to bleed every time he gets a few punches on the nose.
Like trying to put a Band-Aid in a volcano.
That's what it is. Because nose is broke again, definitely.
This is for the IBF World Lightweight Championship. And it certainly is the long-awaited rematch that we expected. The intensity, the animosity between these two has been displayed in the ring right from the opening bell. And the question about Pazienza, can he hold together physically? An answer to the negative early on. It's uphill for him now.
Well, now they're both in great shape. Both they both trained and they got in the best shape possible. I just think it's a terrible thing though if this kid has this problem with that nose right from the get-go.
He won in the face of adversity the last time, but can he do it again? We'd like to remind our local stations at the end of this round, we'll be taking a station break. Haugen looking very calm, very deliberate. Pazienza scattered, a little frustrated and anxious appearing, as he should be in this situation. He's falling behind round by round on my cards, certainly through 5 and 6, which I gave to Haugen, Angelo.
I got it the same way. It looks like Haugen is really fighting like the challenger. I think he's looking to get his job back. So that's what he told me.
He's very serious about reclaiming this title. It wasn't the only loss, as we told you. It was controversial. It was very close, although unanimous. Haugen gets the right off twice now at the end of that exchange. Less than 30 seconds to go in the 7th round. The jab consistently in Pazienza's face. That's what has broken the nose again. Inside 15 seconds, nearing the halfway mark of these bouts, and both of them are going to be very tired. ABC's Wide World of Sports, featuring the IBF Lightweight Championship, will continue after this word from our local station.
88 vote. Now the
as the halfway mark is here in the scheduled 15-rounder for the IBF Lightweight Championship. Haugen stinging Pazienza early with a consistent use of the jab. He's breaking his nose, certainly enough blood from the nose to support that. Handicapping Vinny all the more.
Pazienza is trying to revert back to boxing. I think he expended too much energy in those 3 rounds. He should have been doing this early on, try to box. And maybe he wouldn't have sustained the broken nose that quick.
And his trainer, Lou Duva, all over him after the first couple of rounds for not sticking to boxing. He came out and did box in the 3rd, but it has been back and forth with it. Perhaps forced back and forth by Haugen to a great extent, too. But falling into the Haugen trap.
Haugen's doing everything he said he was going to do. The jab is going to be heavier. He's hitting to the body better with that right hand. He's doing everything he said he was going to do. So he did his homework in the last fight.
Pazienza has not boxed since their first meeting last June. Haugen had one in December, a tune-up that ended early in Las Vegas in his state. Haugen is one who does not like to train, likes to be in the ring frequently. Says now, though, he's the best shape of his career. Special cardiovascular training program the last 6 weeks, and that's reflected by what we've seen so far midway in this 8th round.
Actually did the cardiovascular stuff because Pazienza said he done it the first time, so he wants to be on a par with the guy, and he did the same thing.
Right by Vinny, short right hand. He'll throw a wide angle right at you. Gives you the impression that you thought he might have been a southpaw way back when, but never was.
No, but it never was. I asked him if he was a southpaw when we had that meeting with him. But he claims he never was. But he's quick-handed because he played shortstop when he played baseball. That's why he got such quick hands. But the mistake he makes in close, he brings both legs together like he's doing now, and he gets hit very easy because he has no mobility in his legs. It's a no-no to do that.
30 seconds now in the 8th round. Uppercut. And a big right by Vinny. Haugen there to counterpunch with him. Ray Haugen is never hard to find. He's always right there for him. Less than 10 seconds to go now in the 8th round. As they pick it up, heading for the bell. Round 9 line for the IBF Lightweight Championship held by Vinny Pazienza, won from the man on the left now, Greg Haugen, in Providence last June the 7th. But Haugen working intently on getting that back. Vinny showed a lot of late-round courage to win that championship from Haugen the first time. Can he muster it again? How's he doing so far, Angelo?
Well, I got this fight 5-3 Haugen so far. It's going back and forth. They're doing a great job on Vinny in the corner, stopping that blood every round. But naturally, it starts up again once he catches a few more punches.
Every round, it opens up very early. It did happen early. That suspected broken nose of Pazienza's. Then in rounds 5, 6, and 7, Haugen really took charge. Vinny fought back better in the recent 8th round.
I'm surprised Joe Perez is not warning that grabbing, pushing, and shoving around the head. He hadn't warned that once. I'm surprised he's not getting on that.
Heads are together, elbows are up there, everything between these two. Head's way down there. Here is Pazienza with the head driving Haugen back. Good hard right coming in. He caught him coming in. Haugen did. Pazienza shakes that off, keeps on coming. He's back to the brawl to do the one to keep him out of it.
Vinny just got his left eye cut also. From that right hand, it could have been a butt. That's why I don't like that rushing and he's grabbing. Perez should control that because these youngsters are going to really open each other up with the head.
His face there above the eye, just bumping on the shoulder of Greg Haugen midway in this round. So Vinny, to put it simply, is a mess. He tries to go back to the boxing, the jabbing and the moving. Again, it is the jab that Haugen established so early that has been such an important aspect of his plan, his game today.
I tell you, he's starting to show a lot of wear and tear. Not as much naturally as the last fight. Last fight, it looked horrible. But he's starting to show wear and tear early on. Here we are, round number 9.
Let's just set the record straight. Vinny has never been in danger of going down. But he's had the handicap of the broken nose, the breathing problem, now the eye cut to contend with.
Left cut eye over the left. His right eye is starting to close like it did last time.
Haugen doesn't knock that many people out. He will wear them down, win by a TKO, and you have evidence of that in the formation here today in this bout. Good use of the jab again by Haugen. Yes, seconds left in round 9, scheduled for 15. And again, one little lick after the bell. That's the customary between these two. Well, I want to remind you that tomorrow ABC Sports will present a live 2-hour special, Calgary '88, the Olympic adventure begins. As the world awaits the Olympic Games, which start a week from today in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Also, a big battle for first place in the Big Ten is going to follow. Purdue and Michigan, the Big Ten leads on the line there. So a good day of Olympic look ahead and college basketball right here at ABC tomorrow. Let's go to Vinny's corner now with Lou Duva.
Yeah, Dr. Doggett came in here again. It's the second time he's been in the ring, and he's checking both things, the cuts out.
Hey, I want you to get going there. Forget about the jab. I want you to knock this guy out. You got this here? Yeah. Far behind. Okay? Hold it. Hold it. Go ahead, put it on. Second side. Move. Second side. I want you to go out there.
Round 10.
First punch landed in that round was a counter right hand by Haugen, and Pazienza ran right into it. Pazienza's legs aren't responding to what he wants them to do. He wants to get in and out, and he's not being able to do it. He's running into punches.
He's incapable of preventing that stiff left jab from coming through, and I emphasize the word stiff.
Well, you know, that's where we go to think about the reach being such a phony barometer. There's a guy, Haugen, got shorter arms, and Steve's beaten with a jab. So it's the positioning of the feet.
I know that Vinny has dropped that right hand from time to time, breaks it up, takes the right there, takes the left that follows. Haugen, apart from a pretty good 8th round by Pazienza on my card, has been dominating since the 5th. Chimeras, his trainer, looks ahead of the action. And he's got to be satisfied with what he's seeing. The Pazienza now tried to pin Haugen and hold him there, but Haugen counter punches his way back to the center.
Pazienza landed a real good body shot, and it bothered him. That left hook to the body. Took the legs out from under Haugen also.
He felt it. Midway in the 10th round. Of the two, Haugen has been to the body more frequently than Pazienza, but he's changed that here in this round.
Left eye starting to close also on Brown because I think he's blowing his nose. That's really creating a hematoma in both eyes.
He claims he got thumbed around the 13th round the last time. That's when it closed up on him. Couldn't see a thing for 2 rounds.
I don't think it could have been a thumb because these are attached thumbs. They use attached thumbs in the other fight also.
Just the constant pounding has done it, you figure, right? There is constant pounding now from both sides. As he ends all over Haugen, sensing he did hurt him earlier with a good left to the body. Trying to build upon that. As in the first bout, Pazienza woke up around the 10th round. He's done it here again today.
In boxing vernacular, it's what you call sucking it up. Pazienza really sucking it up and really carrying it to him.
I mean, he's paying a price, but he's accomplishing something. He's getting full value for that payment. At least here in this 10th round. Interesting fight. You never know between these two. Stay with us.
We're not a compass spray.
Action's fast and furious. They're both missing shots, and they're both trying to nail each other, but they're not doing no good in that exchange.
As he ends all over him again with a wicked left hand, turns him around, drives that right to the body. He is furious now in his attack of Greg Haugen.
Vinny Pazienza's going for broke. Dr. Doggett went into the ring and told him probably he's going to stop the fight. That's the 3rd visit by the doctor into the ring.
Oh, Pazienza takes a big left. Square on the nose now. Got shaken by that as Haugen comes after him.
Vinny Pazienza just got hurt. I think he's letting it all hang out.
He did.
But he understands they may stop the fight.
He is a desperate young fighter at this stage. The 11th round, trying to retain his title, prevent Haugen from taking it back.
What do you think, Ron? We got a better fight than last time?
You called it.
Great fight.
It is a better one, even than the last one, which was great.
Vinny's really hurting from that nose. Any little tap is bothering him. I think he went out for broke the beginning part of that round.
I agree.
And he didn't go for broke because Haugen's a real tough hombre, just like Pazienza.
You don't take him out just like that, but Vinny let it all fly. Haunted by the presence of the doctor in consultation with the referee between rounds, by his 3rd visit up there. Midway in the 11th round. And they have thrown 6 rounds worth of punches in this half round already.
Well, the oddity's been naturally the boxing ability of Haugen to outbox Pazienza with that left jab, which he said he was going to do.
Haugen has really been equal to him in terms of any strategy Pazienza wants to initiate. Cut now up beside the eye, side of the head of Pazienza, the nose, of course, bleeding.
No, I think Pazienza has a cut on his head also.
Yes.
That's from the banging of heads. Can't tell where that cut is. I think he's got a cut on the side of the left side of his head. That's from the banging of the heads in there.
Yes.
And I'm surprised Luke Perez didn't stop that kind of stuff because that's a no-no.
Both men have certainly been hurt during the course of the afternoon. Amazing that neither has gone down. Knees have buckled, but they hang in and come back for more furious action.
Oddly enough, Haugen's got blood on the side of his face, but I don't know if it's his or Pazienza's.
Maybe transferred. They simply refuse to let up.
I don't want you to jab. Understand? I want you to go out there and fight this guy, right? As if this was the last round. All right. Vinny, you gotta go out and knock this guy out. You got this? Forget about jabbing and what you're doing. Get close and let's start punching. Right? You're dogging the damn thing with him, Vinny. You're standing up. Understand? Get down low and let's start fighting. Come on.
Get some water, Lou. It's okay.
Breathe, Vinny. Vinny, come on.
Well,
You're fighting
here's
thing out.
Vinny letting it all fly, but certainly catching a lot for his efforts in his desperate attempt to try to take Haugen out.
I tell you, they're really doing a job on the corner. Ace Murata, Lou Duva, that whole corner, Teddy Weldon. They're trying to keep him patched up. But I don't know how much longer they're going to let this go. But I thought they would stop it before now here in Atlantic City, especially the conditions that they have here.
History has again repeated itself through the 10th and 11th rounds. Big ones for Pazienza the first time around. He has scored well, and I would give him the last 2 rounds. But he's got some more catching up to do, and he's got some survival to contend with, too. He's going to hang around just for the next 4 rounds and be effective at the same time.
See that white film of stuff over that left eye that Ace Murata uses? That's called Avotin. It's a loud, it's a coagulant, and it stops the bleeding. It does a good job. And Ace Murata's a real crackerjack at stop and cut. But a broken nose, forget about it.
Can't do much about that once it happens. Absolute war between these two.
Pazienza's got nailed a heck of a right-hand counter, and it really hurt. Now, I think blood's coming from his left ear. I can see it right now, and I think it's where it's coming from right now.
Well, that's a bad sign.
He just got hit a real tough right-hand shot.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of punishment right now. His combinations are all getting through.
Yeah.
Look at his heart, how he dances, fights back.
No bigger heart than a fighter's heart. They're special. They're different. I mean, they're really tremendous. I don't know how Pazienza's staying in there.
I don't either. These two made for each other. Well, Vinny coming back and scoring halfway through the 12th round. Haugen knows he had a mental lapse by his own admission late in the last fight that might have cost him the decision. Knows he can't afford to do it again here, but here's the same story. A hurt Pazienza coming at him with all he has.
Pace is slowed down here, and they should have slowed down a couple rounds ago. But this is the proof of the conditioning of both fighters.
Haugen now starts to score almost at will again late in this round.
You notice where that little shove, the way he went off balance, Pazienza, that's a showing that he's got not too much gas.
Cautioned by referee Perez for hitting late. Been done after breaks and after rounds almost from the outset. Nothing new. So it is getting late now in the rematch for the IBF Lightweight Championship. Vinny Pazienza has been hurt. Nose broken early again as it was in the first fight. Difficulty breathing. Cut beside the eye. Battling Greg Haugen, who wanted his championship back so desperately. Here in this round at least has stalled the tremendous momentum. It's just a good old-fashioned hockey body check.
That was
and that'll do it for round 12. Is underway. 3 to go for the IBF Lightweight Championship. Greg Haugen appears to have turned the corner nicely in this rematch. Pazienza with all the heart in the world trying to come back and score a dramatic victory in the late going.
I tell you, Angelo Pazienza trying to get in the ring, trying to, tell his son, come on, come on. And the first time in a long time I've had 2 Angelos in one arena.
One of them certainly more actions than the other right now. That is the father of Pazienza.
At the end of that round, referee Tony Perez went over and warned Pazienza for pushing, because that was a right shoulder block that he threw at Haugen.
Pazienza, an anxious father, watching his son play catch-up the way we see it here in the final round.
I tell you, he's a courageous man, because I would think twice before I watch my own son. And that shows the mettle of his dad.
Well, his mother Louise had the right idea. We saw her earlier say that she won't watch it live. She might see it later.
Angelo Pazienza is a remarkable guy.
And so is his son, Vinny.
Oh, forget about it. Guy's a champion. He's shown it in more ways than one, and we don't know how this is going right now. Title's in jeopardy, and he's fighting like it.
There's a cut beside the ear of Haugen now on the left side, which appears to be his. But not a problem for him at this stage, midway in the 13th round. They keep him at bay with those flicking punches that come up short. Taking wicked combinations again now, all getting through from Greg Haugen. The style, the showmanship is still there, even though he is hurting tremendously, Pazienza.
This is an out-and-out brawl. They're both taking shots out of nailing each other. A steadier guy naturally is Haugen, but he fights like that all night long.
Out of almost nowhere came Pazienza to claim the 10th and 11th rounds. Haugen I had winning the 12th. Here they are in the 13th with Haugen, the way I see it, Angelo, still holding the lead. Using the ropes again to dance his way out of danger. 20 seconds to go in the 13th round. Haugen to the body, then the uppercut. He brings it up north with the right hand. Forcing Pazienza to miss now more frequently with just 5 seconds to go in the 13th round here in Atlantic City. Coming out for the 14th round. Here's where it all turned the last time in the first bout. Pazienza simply got more done in rounds 14 and 15 than Haugen, who by Greg Jordan mission had a mental lapse. I doubt we'll see that again. Haugen has come back to win 12 and 13 on my card, Angelo, and leads by a round or two the way I see it.
Yeah, I got Haugen a couple rounds ahead, but you know, that's only, we're not judges. Now the whole thing with this round, Haugen knows that he lost those last couple rounds and lost the fight. So he's trying not to let that happen again.
Haugen was concerned for his personal welfare and that of his wife and friends at ringside in Providence. He was thinking more how he would get out of the arena, especially if he won. He does not have those same problems here now, real or imagined, in Atlantic City. What he has to do is keep a game, determined champion off him. As Pazienza makes a desperate late bid here to retain this title he took from Haugen last June 7th.
Pazienza's been hurting Haugen down below. Every time he goes down below, takes the legs out from Haugen. He's been hurting him with real good left hooks to the body. I don't know why he's not throwing more than because he hurt him early on.
I think Haugen, too, has made Pazienza feel shots to the body, but they go back to head hunting, don't they, after being successful down below. Halfway through the 14th round.
A right-hand shot to the body is playing havoc with Pazienza. And he also hit him with a right-hand counter when he runs in.
Pazienza digs a good left to the body of Haugen.
That's the place he's hurting Haugen.
Haugen tried to contain him and almost push him to the ropes.
Haugen almost did a good number there, but almost pushed him out of the ropes.
There are the jabs again on the right. Pazienza says, nope, no harm done. Wild right, grazed Haugen. Then the body shot again with the left hand by Pazienza.
They're both going downstairs.
30 seconds to go in the 14th. How can they possibly keep up this pace? Unbelievable display by two superbly conditioned boxers who want this championship so desperately. Haugen with both hands scoring late in the round.
Boy, that's tough when a guy hits a guy with a Sunday punch and he says, no, it didn't hurt me.
Yeah.
minutes to do it. You didn't put fights out before. Okay, now, baby, come on. You can do it out there. You punch hard enough.
One more. Come on, breathe on.
Hey, look, you punch hard enough to knock this guy out. Now, let me see you get out there and do it.
All over his face, all over. Show him what. All right, I want water on you, Greg. Greg, police trap. I got that. Listen, you can go non-stop. He wants to quit. You've hurt him so fucking bad. He's ready to quit, Greg. He's ready to quit. Let's stop him in this year run. Ready? Go non-stop.
Just go non-stop. It comes, it comes.
You remember, take all your shots.
All right, final advice for them both with just a round to go.
Everyone's got to be a home run. Vinny, you got to go out there and do it. Right, baby? 2 hands. Let's go out there and do it.
You know, as Duba told Pazienza, it's all going to fly here in this 15th and final round.
Both corners did a real good job. Made both fighters aware this is it, baby. This is the last round. So they're both going to go for broke.
Can they possibly sustain it?
Fighters are tremendously conditioned people. There's no better conditioned athlete than a fighter.
These two in particular. Haugen now goes to work with both hands, crisply bringing them home to the high guard of Pazienza. Vinny wild with a right. Tries the uppercut for a lead. Trying virtually everything here to take Haugen down.
This is what was not one of Perez's good nights because he didn't control this fight like I thought he would. But he's a top-class referee. But he let too much get away from both guys, butting, peeling, pushing down, and grabbing the ropes.
Pazienza charge out of the corner and put the shoulder into him and then try to land the right hand. Midway in the round, takes 2 solid shots from Haugen. As Haugen backs him up to the ropes now and goes to the bottom. Show. And indeed, yes, the action here even better than the first time around up in Providence last June.
Remarkable these guys are going this 15-round pace.
Similarities. Pazienza's nose broken early. Breathing troubles developing early. Eyes getting puffy. The difference is this eye is not closed on him this time. He's here to give it all he has in the final couple of rounds. Haugen now chasing him with the right hand around the ring as Vinny nods at him, comes back for more. There will be stories of heart and courage throughout the Olympics starting next Saturday in Calgary, but they will be hard-pressed to match what we have seen here today.
I want to thank ABC for giving me a great seat. This has been a great fight.
Oh,
really.
wouldn't want to miss this one. This has been a great one. 15 seconds to go. They can rest. 15 furious rounds completed here. Vinny Pazienza determined to keep the championship, and Greg Haugen even more determined to get back the crown he lost in Providence. The decision coming up shortly. We'll be back to Atlantic City and have it for you. Haugen and Pazienza right now. Let's head west to Calgary and Frank Gifford.
Thank you very much, Don.
Don Chevrier back with you in Atlantic City, the convention center, as we await the decision here in 15 rounds. Here it is.
We have a unanimous decision. Judge Stuart Winston scores it 147 to 138. Judge Gary Merritt scores it 147 to 138. And Judge Lynn Carter scores it 145 to 140 for the winner and new IBF lightweight champion, Greg Haugen.
Greg Haugen wins it by a pretty comfortable margin. Let's get him over here to our location as these two finally meet and get back together on friendlier terms in the center of the ring. Greg, let's get the belt, which you wanted so badly. All right, Greg, come this way with me if you can, so we can get a shot at you here. Congratulations. You told us what you were going to do, and by golly, you came out there and got it done just the way you said.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to prove that I thought I won the first fight. I give credit to Vinny. He's the toughest guy I've ever fought. The guy just don't quit coming. You know, I thought in the 12th round I had him hurt, hitting him with good body shots. He just, he kept reaching down. He kept coming back. Kept coming back.
That's got to be frustrating. You think you got something going, as you say, he keeps coming back.
Well, you know, my heart goes out to the kid. He's tough. We had a major war the first fight. And I think we had a major war this time, but I think I proved no doubt that I'm one of the 2 top lightweights in the world.
It may not be the best time to ask you, but would you consider another war with this guy?
No. This guy's tough, man. Why fight so many tough fights? I mean, you know, there's a lot of bad things said before the fight, but there was a lot of pre-fight hype. My heart goes out to the kid. He's tough.
Here is Vinny now. Vinny, tremendous effort. I don't know what else to say. That eye looks terrible. The nose again was a problem, but you got through 15 furious rounds.
Yeah, he deserved to win. He had me today, had my number. There wasn't a thing I could do with him. It was a good performance by Greg Haugen. There's nothing I could take from him. He fought great.
You drifted from brawling to boxing, and I heard your corner try to get you back to boxing, but it's got to be hard to do in this situation.
I couldn't do anything with him in the beginning. He got me in the beginning, took a lot out of me, and I just tried to knock him out in the end, and I think I hurt him, but I just couldn't finish him. He's a tough kid. He deserved to win, with all the credit in the world to him.
How bad was the nose? How early did it go on you?
Well, he hit me a lot. I just couldn't. My defense wasn't there today, and he just fought a great fight. He picked me. He had my number tonight. It's a great fight.
Greg, you just can't afford to have fights like this too often, can you? And have a long career.
I don't think I want number 3. You know, Vinny's a tough guy, and like fights like this, you can't go on. I'd like to say thank you very much to Dr. Clevin and Tom, Todd, and Steve and the staff for all the help. Without them, it couldn't be possible. Hi to my wife and kids at home and my mom and my sparring partners, Joey and Alan.
It all worked for you. The jab, I think you would admit, was the biggest thing that got it going your way as you planned.
Vinny's real awkward. He moves a lot, and he's tough to time. You know, he's always moving, and he's tough to hit with any clean shots. He's always perpetual motion, you know. So you never can hit him with one clean shot. So I just wanted to hit him with cumulative shots, and you know, I knew coming into this fight it was going to be a nutrition war, and it was.
Vinny, let me ask you the same question. Would you consider another go-around with this guy?
Hey, it's a great fight. The people would love to see it again. He deserved this win. I got him the first time. Maybe we'll do a Graziano Zale rematch. Who knows?
But not first thing on Monday.
No, give me a little break.
All right. Great show, fellas. Thank you very much. Pazienza gave it all the heart in the world, and Haugen was equal to it. He wins the title back. He lost in Providence back in the month of June. So we have seen just a great show here and much more to come from the Olympics in Calgary. So for Atlantic City, let's head west to Alberta.